Well, this is a first. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Okay. So, let's just get it out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. This is my first episode of reviews I might be doing for the channel to see how things go. And as you probably saw from the thumbnail and the shirt that I'm wearing, this is my first impression of what I think about the Black Rock Shooter TV anime. I'm gonna be honest. There's a reason why there's a reason why I wanted to watch this anime, and that's because Hatsune Miku herself sings the theme song. Yes, this is in English. This is the English version. I got it off of Amazon. I wanted to watch it because Miku sang the theme song, and there's a lot of connections I had with Miku and then the Black Rock Shooter thing, and even my friends. I've shared pictures to my anime friends on Facebook of Black Rock Shooter, and they thought it was Miku. They thought, oh, is that Miku? Is that Miku? I'm like, no, it's not Miku. This is a different character. This is a different anime person, a different character. But she's associated with the anime that she's a part of. But so I've only seen like 5 episodes so far. And the only thing is, yes, this is a TV series, but there's only 8. There's only 8 of these. There's only 8 episodes in the whole series, according to this. I've only watched 5. This is a first impression video, so this most likely won't have much in the way of spoilers, especially near the end. Whatever happens, you know. This is just, maybe you guys watch this, maybe you want to watch the anime for yourself, but I'm going to warn you on this. Going into this anime, I wasn't expecting this. It is very dark, very depressing, and very sad. But that's all I'll probably bring up as far as, you know, things like that. But yeah, so what's the anime about? Well, there's basically 2 different worlds to this anime. Sometimes they'll show clips of this alternate dimension where the character behind the name of the anime, Black Rock Shooter, actually resides. And then there's the real world where we are also introduced to a girl named Mato, and she's a schoolgirl. I'm going to go into the whole school thing for now for a bit, and then I'll go to the part with Black Rock Shooter. So, Mato basically talks about a bird, orange, blue, black. There's like this bird apparently, or something in a book or something that has rainbow wings or something with rainbows. She goes to school and she sees this one girl. And from the sound of things, from what's going on, this girl apparently also has a way of being a part of this whole bird with a rainbow wing sort of thing, you know. But she's kind of like shy from the looks of it. It isn't until, you know, Mato tries to be friends with her and everything. She comes over to her place one time, and the only reason why she came over to her place one time is because, you know, she was walking home. She runs into her, basically talks about the bird with the rainbow wing, and says, hey, I got a first edition of the bird, you know. So they go to her place, and she borrows the book or something, and before they know it, there's this girl apparently that's in a wheelchair who's been friends with this other girl since they were kids or whatever, but she's in a wheelchair. So she had some kind of accident, and not only that, but she because of this accident, she's bound to her friend for like life or whatever. She's trying to be bound to her friend for life. She's getting manipulative and such, and wants Mato to go away, go home, whatever, leave the two alone or whatever. It isn't until later on where Mato learns that the truth behind the 2 girls or whatever, finding out that, oh, she's manipulative, you know, but she needs to break out of, break away from this manipulative girl, whatever. Try to tell her, try to distance her or some crap like that. But while she's trying to do that, she's lost. She's getting confused. She doesn't know what's going on. She wants to be friends with Mato, but she also wants to be friends with this other girl, and she just can't pick. And they got to a point where they decide, hey, we're going to be friends together or whatever. And the girl in the wheelchair stands up, and she apparently hurts herself. She goes into the hospital, and it isn't until she realizes, what, we are going to be friends. We're just going to be friends. She recovers in the hospital for a little. The one girl in the wheelchair, basically recovers in the hospital. Then the other two, just basically Mato and the other girl, they try to bond and everything and such. And it gets to points where there's these other characters. There's like a counselor, which I'll get into later. But I know I just brought her up, but I'll get to her later. But there's like this one girl who apparently I think is captain or whatever for a basketball team, and she has a crush on a guy and everything, and apparently they must try to keep it secret or something. But then there's a point where a letter of hers gets posted or something on this bulletin board by the guy or whatever, and everybody's laughing at her and such because she's got this big crush on him, and they don't expect her to be that. And then she gets lost and confused and such, but we'll get to that later. Then that one girl in the wheelchair comes to school. She's shy and everything, but then upon speaking to everybody and everything, they realized, that she's going to be very popular. She's going to have a lot of friends and everything, and everybody's happy for her and everything. But then it gets to a point where her best friend basically is somehow now getting distant from her because everybody wants her to go away from her friend, but her friend doesn't want that, and telling her, hey, she shouldn't be hanging out with her, or she's the wrong person to hang out with and such. It's kind of sad and everything. And yeah, then you got to then I'll bring up the counselor now. So apparently, beginning of the anime, there's a counselor saying, hey, if you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm a counselor, things like that. But as the anime gets on into it, where some of these other people are getting problems and everything, she starts manipulating with those problems and making them feel depressed. And this is where the depression parts of the anime comes into play. This counselor makes everybody depressed. She makes them forget these people. There's even one point where Mato goes to see her and everything, and Mato's like all cheery and everything. She's trying to be like, yeah, I'm sure everything will work in the end. I'll make it work in the end. And the counselor basically, and this is a counselor that probably works for a school, mind you. She goes to Mato, who's just a schoolgirl. I don't know her age, probably 15 or something. But she puts her hands around Mato's neck and starts choking her. But then she releases it and lets her go and says, hey, go to the art class or whatever. And she goes to the art class. There's this picture that apparently one of her friends made of Mato with like a bloody eye, and like a star in one of the eyes too, or some crap like that. It's like really dark. It's like, that's really dark. Mato realized that it's her, so yeah, that's basically part of it. It's like how that's like, as far as I probably remember, as far as like the school portion, the main real world portion of the anime. With Blackheart Shooter's world, the other dimension, it shows points in the beginning where Blackheart Shooter's doing some like, she's fighting these battles and everything, and I swear it looks like there's a point where she's making friends with some of these people she's battling, but then there's a point where while the things in the real world are going south, the things in Blackheart Shooter's dimensions going south as well, and she's fighting and killing these people and everything. These, well, it's not people, but these, I would say her friends, but I don't know if they're friends. But because the thing about Blackheart Shooter and in her dimension and everything else, she has a mouth, but she doesn't talk. Blackheart Shooter herself doesn't talk, but Mato does. And there's points where Blackheart Shooter's fighting like an army of skeletons or something, and some skulls or whatever. And there's even one point where there was a point where I brought up that I think it's a coach or the captain of the basketball team when she gets frightened because of the because the council tells her, everybody's laughing at you. They got to a point where Blackrock Shooter is meeting that same altered version of that character, but she's scared. She's afraid. Apparently, she's shivering. And then apparently, I think shortly after, Blackrock Shooter, I think, kills her or something. I don't remember. I don't know what happens. It's just, it goes by really quick. Like, blink and you almost miss it. It's just kind of like that. But then the last thing they do is, like, there's a part where in the real world, Mato's friend Yu, I know her name is, Mato's friend Yu apparently gets Mato to fuse with Blackrock Shooter. And just as she does that, Blackrock Shooter kills the altered version of one of the girls the girl that she just made friends with. And Blackrock Shooter, I guess, gets corrupt or turns evil or something, because she normally has like a blue flame in this eye, and I don't know how that doesn't hurt her, but she has a blue flame in her eye. It then goes blue, red, and mixes into purple. So now there's a point where she's got a purple eye, and she's getting this different look to her and everything. And now, from when I left off, she's fighting this, like, another version of some other characters and everything, and that's as far as I gotten. But I'm surprised as sad and depressing and like all this stuff, dark. And that's the thing. I wasn't expecting this. I was not expecting the anime to go this way. I just assumed, hey, things will work out in the end or something, or who knows. No, it's getting more and more depressing, and yeah, I only got like 3 episodes left. Maybe it'll happen, but I don't know. The way things look right now, and there's a point too where like, Mato dreams. She dreams of Blackrock Shooter and this other dimension, but then it's revealed later on that Mato's not dreaming this. That person's real. She's fighting those fights or whatever taking place right now. And as Mato fuses with Blackrock Shooter, everybody in the anime doesn't say Mato's name anymore from the sound of things, or I don't know if they're just not referencing her name anymore, because now they're saying Blackrock Shooter. Like, these people in the real world are saying Blackrock Shooter. I don't know how they know her name or anything, but there's a point where Mato's mother is sleeping in the living room or something. She's got her head on the table, and in her sleep she's saying Blackrock Shooter, stop, or whatever. And then she got the doorbell, and she answers. It's you with Mato passed out or whatever. But it's the point where she's fused with Blackrock Shooter, and her mom's so mad at you and everything, and telling her to don't do that. And then she starts thinking about choking by killing Mato herself, but she couldn't bring herself to do it. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of interesting how it's kind of going like back and forth between the two dimensions, but you get into both sides of the story, like what's happening in the real world's happening with Blackrock Shooter and all those things too. Like, everybody's getting depressed and such. There's even points where, like, Yu, who is Mato's friend, who's also apparently her manager for the basketball team, everybody knows Yu was on that bus when they went to this camp or whatever it was. But a little bit later, Mato brings up Yu's name and everything to these girls and everything, like, who? We don't know her. We never seen her before. We don't know who she is. We don't know anything. And even Mato's like, how does anybody don't know her? I remember going swimming with her. I know where she lives. I know I've been in her house and everything, all this stuff. And just nobody remembers you. Nobody knows who she is. And that's just the thing. It's really, it's a different anime than what I was expecting. Like, here's the thing. I watched No Game No Life 0, the movie. I thought there's points in that anime that were just as depressing, but this one actually is a little more heavier on the depression level. So if you suffer with deep depression like one of my friends does, I don't know if I can recommend the anime, but I can't stop you from saying go and watch it. So I yeah, you know, I guess it's good for what it is. I mean, I just hope nobody gets harmed from this anime or whatever. But yeah, I've been wanting to watch this anime for years. Finally, get the opportunity today when I got it in the mail. It's good for what it is, I guess. I'm sure there's a big fan base out there that likes it. It's like, yeah, we like it because Miku's in it, or yeah, because she looks like Miku, or they just like the anime in general, or whatever. But yeah, it's a great anime. I enjoy it. I'm still enjoying it so far, but I'm now at the point where I feel like maybe I could just watch one episode and try to take a break from it before I try to go back into it again to keep myself from getting really depressed. Because knowing me, I kind of have a little bit of depression, but that's a whole different fight. But yeah, if you've seen the anime, let me know what you think of it. Did you probably like it? Did you think it was too depressing? Did you like the fact that Miku sings the theme song? Let me know whatever you think about the anime in general in the comments below. And if you guys like these reviews, heck, I can always do some more. I'm not saying it'll be just anime. I could also do video games, or maybe a movie I've just seen for the first time, or anything in general. I can do a review on anything. It doesn't have to relate to food reviews. I will still do my Let's Plays though, but if I have to do a review on a video game, it had to be a video game that I did not do a Let's Play on. So yeah, so I guess that's kind of what I'll be looking at. So, but anyway, thank you all for watching my first impressions video of a review of whatever I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to call this right now. I don't know the name of the series. I'll figure something out. Right now, I'm probably going to be about ready to go to bed. It's kind of that point for me. I'll have to upload this tomorrow. So you guys will see this on Friday, sometime in the morning. I have to edit the thumbnail because I already have a picture saved to do it from the anime. Just have to do some little editing. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Take care. See you next time whenever I do another review.